I want to talk about where we get our data. One of the questions that we get a lot is where do we get our data? What are these scores? How do we know that this is reliable, etc. I think a lot of people who've used NGP VAN or DataCenter or even some of these data vendors have received a model, and it's not necessarily the most reliable. DataCenter in particular has that calculated party field that I do not know a single person who uses. And so the answer that I always give is that we use just the basic information. Are you a registered voter? Do you turn out in general elections? Do you come out in a primary election for either party? If so, which one? How often? This is how we determine what is an active voter, what is a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. Ryan, thank you very much for doing this, has gone through state by state and looked up what it would take to get access to the voter file in each of these states.
Yeah, so federal law requires that this information be made available, and some states make it very easy, some states make it really hard, and some states it's very cheap, some states it's very expensive. But this is the same data that is being piped into NGP VAN and being piped into DataCenter and all of these other tools. Everything else is derivative, where they're adding additional enrichments, but because it is derivative, it's oftentimes hard to know what's happening in those derived formulas. And one thing, this derivation of data is typically targeted at your larger races. And at a more localized level, and certainly in an independent election, that data just isn't helpful. So sometimes it's just best for you to be able to access that data yourself.
Like Ryan said, it is often made for the top of the ticket, made for Trump or the presidential candidate, made for congressionals to use. And in the law of big numbers, it really doesn't matter if a statewide GOTV, some of the wrong people, sends a mail to some non-persuadable folks who are hard Republicans or hard Democrats. That doesn't really matter to them. But if you are running down ballot, you're probably counting every door knock, every penny. Using the raw data is honestly a better strategy than using a model that wasn't made for you.
If you try to operate with other people's data, you are in a black box, you can get lost, you can lose confidence in what you're doing, versus when you are in an independent race, when you are in a localized race where you have on the ground knowledge of your district, like you have the capacity to have that picture, you will be able to more effectively design your strategy to reach the people that you want to, that you need to, within your budget constraints and within your time constraints.
That's great. And we'll make the link to this page available in the comments or in the description. And again, Ryan has gone through and state by state marked out which ones cost very little, are free, are very expensive, and exactly what you have to do. Most of those where it's free, it's online and accessible, we've gone ahead and added into Campaign Compass, and we give access to a district for $500, which gives you not only the individual voters, but our projections, our targeting suggestions, the GOTV lists, and a breakdown of what it's going to cost, what it's going to take to hit your entire district. If you are in a state where we do not have the data and it is cheap and relatively accessible, we will, as part of your sign-up fee, go ahead and do this for you.